Good day, everyone. My name is Janjan B. Salgas, and our topic for today is Chapter 23, The Last Trip Abroad ni Jose Rizal in 1896. So, this is our introduction. Rizal's fourth year exile in Dapitan came to an end. July 31, 1896, he left on Dapitan on board the España for Manila with delightful stopovers in Dumaguete, Cebu, Iloilo, Capiz, and Romblon. August 26, 1896, Rizal arrived from Manila on. From the steamer that ferried him Dapitan, he was transferred to the Spanish cruiser Castilla, where he stayed for almost a month, pending availability of a vessel bound for Spain. August 26, 1896, Andres Bonifacio and the Katipunan raised the cry of revolution, which is Sigaw sa Pugad Lawin, in the hills of the Balintawak, a few miles north of Manila. From Dapitan to Manila. In Dumaguete, Rizal visited a friend and former classmate, Herrero Regidor, who was the judge of the province. He also visited Periquet and Rufina families. In Cebu, the Spaniard left Dumaguete about 1 p.m. and reached Cebu the following morning. Rizal was fascinated by the entrance to Cebu, which he considered as beautiful. He met an old couple whom he had known in Madrid. In the morning of Monday, August 3, Rizal left Cebu going to Iloilo. He saw Mactan, an island famous for what happened to Magellan. Rizal arrived at Iloilo. He went shopping in the city and visited Molo of the church. He commented, "The church pretty outside and the interior is not bad, considering that it had been painted by a lad. Painting are mostly copies of biblical scenes by Gustave Doré." Iloilo, Capiz, Romblon, Manila. From Iloilo, the ship sailed to Capiz. After a brief stopover, it proceeded toward Manila via Romblon. Rizal missed his ship going to Spain. Rizal was unable to catch the mail ship Isla de Luzon for Spain. Staying in Manila for 1 month might give him trouble, so he requested to Gobernador General to be isolated from everybody, except his family. Near midnight the same day, August 6, Rizal was transferred to Spanish cruiser Castilla by the order of Gobernador General. Enrique Santalo, cruiser captain, said he wasn't a prisoner, but a guest detained on board in order to avoid difficulties from friends and enemies. Rizal stayed on the cruiser for about a month, from August 6 to September 2, 1896.
Good day, everyone. I'm Rica Sunudkay, BSIT, first year. I'll be the one to report the outbreak of the Philippine Revolution. While Rizal was patiently waiting on the cruiser of Castilla for the next steamer to take him to Spain, portentous events occurred presaging the downfall of Spanish power in Asia. On August 19, 1896, the Katipunan plot, the overview, Spanish rule by means of revolution, was discovered by Augustinian Cora of Tondo Gray Mariano Hill. This incident struck error into the hearts of Spanish officials and residents, producing a hysteria of vindictive retaliation against the Filipinos patriots. The tumult produced by the discovery of the Katipunan plot was aggravated by the cry of Balintawak, which was raised by Bonifacio and his valiant Katipuneros on August 26, 1896. On August 30, revolutionists led by Bonifacio and Jacinto attacked San Juan, but they were repulsed by heavy issues. After the Battle of San Juan, Governor General Blanco proclaimed of state of war in the first 8 provinces for raising arms against Spain. In Manila, as a province, Bulacan, Cavite, Batangas, Laguna, Pampanga, Nueva Ecija, and Tarlac, Rizal was worried when he read the news at newspaper for 2 reasons. 1. The violent revolution, which the sincerely believed to be premature and would only cause much suffering and terrible loss of human lives and property had started, and 2. It would arouse Spanish vengeance against all Filipino patriots. Departure for Spain. On August 30, 1896, when the state of war was proclaimed, Rizal received 2 letters of introduction from Governor General Ramon Blanco for the Minister of War and Minister of Colonies, with a covering letter which absolved him from all the blame for the raging revolution. Minister of War General Marcelo D. Azcárraga. September 2, Rizal was transferred to the steamer Isla de Panay, which was sailing for Barcelona, Spain. In September 3, the steamer left Manila Bay. Rizal's last trip to Spain began. Among his fellow passengers on board were Don Pedro Rojas, rich Manila cruel industrialist, and his friend and his son named Peregrine. Rizal in Singapore. Isla de Panay arrived at Singapore in the evening of September 7. Don Pedro advised Rizal to stay behind too and take advantage for the protection of British law. Rizal did not heed his advice. Filipino residents of Singapore, headed by Don Manuel Comos, boarded the steamer, urging him to stay in Singapore to save his life, which he ignored because he already gave his word to Governor General.
Hello everyone, my name is Christian Dominic Atis, victim of Spanish duplicity. Without his knowledge, Governor General Blanco was secretly conspiring with the ministers of war and the colonies for his distractions. Rizal proved to be as valuable as Sultan Said, who is another victim of Spanish intrigue. One of Rizal's greatest mistakes was to believe in the Governor General that he was a man of honor and a friend, because he allowed him to go as a free man to Spain to become a paisation. The region of the Spanish army is Coba. According to the declassified documents in the Ministries of War and the Colonies, was that Blanco regarded Rizal as a dangerous Filipino who was responsible for the raging Filipino Revolution and therefore plotted his doom. Rizal was unaware that since his departure from Manila, Blanco and the Ministries of War and Colonies were exchanging coded telegrams and confidential messages for his arrest upon reaching Barcelona, and that he was a deportee and was being secretly kept under surveillance. Rizal arrested before reaching Barcelona. Isla de Panay with Rizal on board left Singapore at 1 p.m. September 8. On September 25, he saw the steamer Isla de Luzon leaving the Suez Canal crammed with Spanish troops. 2 days later, at September 25, he heard from the passengers that a telegram arrived from Manila reporting the execution of Francisco Rojas, Hinato, and Osorio. On September 28, a day after a steamer had left Port Said Mediterranean terminus of Suez Canal, a passenger told Rizal that he would be arrested by order of Blanco and would be set in prison in Ceuta, Spanish Morocco, opposite of Gibraltar. Shocked by the news, Rizal then realized that he was dumped by the Spanish officials and enslaved Blanco. September 30, he was officially notified by Captain Alemany that he should stay in his cabin until further orders from Manila, which he graciously obeyed. Arrival in Barcelona as a prisoner. September 30, steamer anchored in Malta. Rizal was unable to visit the famous island fortress of the Christian Crusaders. On October 3, Isla de Panay arrived in Barcelona with Rizal as a prisoner. The trip from Manila to Barcelona lasted exactly 30 days. His jailer was no longer the ship captain but the military commander of Barcelona, who happened to be General, the same one who ordered his banishment in the Petan in July 8, 1892 was one of the coincidences in the lives of man that make history stranger than fiction. October 6, Rizal was escorted to the grim and infamous prison fortress named Montjuic. About 2 in the afternoon, he was taken out of the prison and brought to the headquarters of General. He told Rizal that he would be brought back to Manila on board the transport ship Colon, which would leave that evening.
That's all. Thank you.